So game one, it's 5 seconds to go. Vinchester versus Hearttt. Vinch should have the advantage because he's got the better civ on paper, but you never really know. We're going to hop right in. It's a best of 5 once again, just to remind everybody. And officially, guys, welcome in everybody. We'll put Vinchester in the blue, and we'll put Hearttt in the red. And welcome in. So game one, it's going to be Magyars against Burgundians. The map is Crownwood, which looks the most similar to something like Arabia. So you might be, familiar with some kind of open land map. Arabia does kind of look a little like this. We see Hearttt abandoning this wood line early on, by the way. Just wants to get off that wood line. It's too risky, too hard to defend. He's going to wall up the top part of it. Or let's say, this part of his map at least. Might wall to the edge as well, but just doesn't want to have to deal with this side of the map. Vinchester, the Burgundians will already start sending some Flemish militia across the field. And you'll notice that Hearttt opens with a range. Even though he's the Magyars, you can't open stable against the Burgundians because the Flemish militia are way too hard to deal with. So he has to play the archer opening. And he's going to play nice and defensive to start things off. Ooh, bit of a mistake from Hearttt. A little inefficient. Takes the far sheep instead of the one under his town center. And might lose this archer. Does have the spear though. Okay. I feel like Vinchester's a lot calmer. I honestly feel like Vinchester's a lot calmer. And oh my goodness, 50 gifted subs from Jules. 50 gifted in the chat. I can't believe it. So soon into this cast. Jules, thank you so much. Now I'm extremely motivated. I was excited before, but now I'm excited and motivated. And 50 subs extra to the stream. Thank you so much. That's absolutely amazing. Horse Collar now coming in for Hearttt, potentially setting up a longer feudal age. But for now, just more than happy to sit back and relax. And he's going to wall up and defend with the archers. So welcome, Jules. Thank you so much once again. Good to see you, bro. Coming in strong. And yeah, I have to say, I really feel like Vinchester's playing calmer to start this off. I get that feeling. Just the way he was microing a little bit, I got some shakiness. I got some nerves from Hearttt. Vinchester, you guys know like the chill guy meme of the guy with just, his hands in his pocket, smiling. I really get that vibe from Vinchester. I don't want to make it out to be something, more than it is, but I really do feel like Vinchester's just extremely chill about things. So he ends up just, I don't know, maybe playing calmer. Not that Hearttt isn't a chill guy. He's actually quite chill himself, but he tends to maybe play things up a little bit more in his head. He maybe feels the pressure of competition a little bit fiercer. And it's going to be a best of 5, by the way. Not a best of 1, excuse me. And let's see. So we see some chickens coming in from Hearttt. He's just going to make a few archers and now a couple skirms. And he's just going to develop to the later stages of the game. Fair enough. I think Vinchester here, playing with the wheelbarrow, planning to go for a lot of economy. I think if it's a calm game, it favors the Burgundians, honestly. He's going to have the early bow saw, the cheaper wheelbarrow. Remember, all of his economy upgrades are coming in cheaper. And if it comes to a boom game, Vinchester has looked really good on the rank ladder playing boom on this map, on Crownwood. And by booming, I mean just developing your economy and adding in town centers, of course. And I feel like Burgundians are the much better civ in that style compared to the Magyars. So where did the Magyars shine? The Magyars shine in early game aggression, which we just haven't seen any. And again, not to Heartt's fault. It's really just due to the Flemish militia that neutralized any early game aggression. But the Magyars also shine in late game. Their late game is probably one of the best in the game. Hearttt, this could be a massive mistake. Oh, there's a bear and there's a Flemish militia. This is so weird. Oh, he one-shots the bear because he's Magyars. That's a civ bonus, but he's probably going to lose the Vil. That's so incredibly random, but he will wall off the side. 1% chance he saves this. No, it's dead. Okay, so that guy's going to die, but fair enough. It's just one small mistake for Hearttt in this early game. He's down one villager. Guys, Heartt's not AFK. You can't make fun of him for that. It happens, guys. It's one mistake. It happens. He was micring and managing all other parts of the game, so it's okay. But it is pretty bad to lose a villager for free like that. No matter how it happens, it is still pretty bad to have that go down. And Vinchester now with heavy plow already in. So economy-wise, Burgundians are flying ahead. And like I said, I feel like the Magyars are only really strong in Imperial Age. The lead up to that, I think it's all Burgundians. Burgundians should be much stronger. Take a look and see what Heartt's going to be up to. His wood economy is not the best. He had to abandon one wood line. And he's going to be going towards cav archers now. And I really expect Vinchester to just add in 2 extra town centers. Like probably one right here. And maybe one up top. We'll see where he goes. He's going to start with... Wait, he doesn't do that. He's going to start with Elite Skirm and a Monastery. Heartt's going to add a town center. So I'm not predicting a whole lot from Vinch here. I'm impressed. He's really mixing it up. Heartt's going to just drop down that town center. Those skirmishers could be pretty annoying to deal with. And Vinch will now go 1 extra town center at home. Does have the monastery, but he's not building it for now for some reason. Heartt, 1 vill goes down to really low HP. Yeah, these skirms are really annoying. He's going to have to make a siege workshop for sure just to deal with those guys. And this town center, this town center is costing him a lot. I don't really like the fact that he's losing so many vills. Or not, he's not losing the vills, but the HP is going down. I think that might hurt him later on. But he hasn't lost a single villager overall, so it's not the end of the world. Economy balance, not the best for Heartt here. He's lacking a lot of wood, has too much gold, too much food for what he's trying to do. So it's really not the best first game that he's played. And now we see the 3 TC setup for Vinchester with the monastery. It's tough to call it, guys, but I'm pretty sure Vinchester has the advantage in this early game. And as we head to the mid game, there's a hole somewhere there. There was a hole, and Heartt's in with some rogue units. But as we head to this mid game, it's definitely advantage Vinch. This little ragtag team of archers, skirms, and a scouts could maybe snipe a villager. It's the relic? Are you guys sure it's the relic that's causing the hole? It could be. I think Heartt should just commit to this vill and try to pick it off, but it's tough because Vinchester already has handcart. These villagers are super speedy. Heartt's microing away. And meanwhile has the mangonel out in the field to defend the skirmishers and will go for his 3rd town center. So all in all, I think Heartt survives. And, you know, if you've got the better late game in the Magyars, he's going to get some eco upgrades. If you've got the better late game, you don't necessarily have to win the early and mid game. You could just try to hold off and just try to survive. And the Magyar late game is incredibly solid, I must remind everybody. So if you're cheering for Heartt here, don't despair just yet. 3TC is now being set up, so Vinchester is behind in terms of villager count, but that's actually fake because Heartt is just missing Wheelbarrow. And Wheelbarrow tends to take up some of that time in the town center. So we'll see. So far, it's, you know, advantage Vinch, as I mentioned. We have Heartt moving across the map with a mangonel and a few cav archers. Vinch has handcart. His economy is going crazy right now. And he's going to start switching onto that stone. Okay. Here's the thing, though. Vinch is concerned about taking the relics, okay? So that's what Vinchester wants to do. But Heartt has a little bit of a push on the front, which could heavily disturb what Vinchester is trying to do, which is just boom and pick up relics. And there are some weak points in the space. Like, take a look. Palisade walls, houses. Heartt could potentially, you know, break through here and cause a real headache to Vinchester's economy. Vinch picks up another eco upgrade. So, again, he's just doubling down into more economy. He's got the skirms in the center of the map. Skirms and boom. Speaking of boom, skirmishers will explode to that mangonel. Another one goes down. Okay. Maybe Vinch, feeling the pressure a little bit here, does do a nice job dodging, but Heartt could dive in deep. Mangonel will die. Good micro from Vinch. Honestly, it's clean. And Heartt, he's gone in a bit too deep. He's going to run away. So far, so good on defense, though. Vinch is looking clean. We'll snipe 2 of those cav archers as they run away. And now we have another forward vill for Heartt. Maybe another siege workshop? Or he just wants to repair the mangonels. Let's see. So far, it's looking pretty decent for Heartt, though. He's building up some momentum. But Vinch trades back, too. Man, it's tough to say. It's really neck and neck in terms of the fighting and the military side of things. But economy, again, I must remind you guys that Vinch is doing much better. He now has 2 relics, which are Burgundian relics. They count for food and gold, so they're really strong. They give a lot of value. That monk will just in time dodge those arrows. Hearttt is missing bloodlines on the cav archers. So if you're wondering why these cav archers are quite cheap, or not cheap, but quite squishy rather, it's because they're missing bloodlines. And we see another mining camp. So no 4th town center for Hearttt. And neither for Vinchester, to be honest. Vinch is trying to play towards the Imperial Age now. We'll probably try to make a castle and get access to Custodia now. And Hearttt picks up Wheelbarrow now to try to even out the economy side of things. Mangonel defense for Vinch. Hearttt has a couple Mangonels on the field himself. Snipes a villager. This is the push he needs. He wants to try to buy some time and try to secure himself a spot in late game. This outpost will spot the castle going up. Interesting that Vinch decides to castle the top side. Hearttt picks up the shaft. Gold shaft mining coming in. So far, again, the defense has been good. This castle will secure the top side. Mangonel comes to defend the bottom. A lot of scrums on the field with the ballistics coming through. And now we're going to have Custodia hit the field. Custodia are, of course, very strong against Mangonels. And against Siege in general. They have a charge attack, so they are 8 plus 20 on the charge attack. The Custodia will melt the Mangonel in just a few hits. There it is. Look at that. Charge attack goes crazy. And that Mangonel will go down. So Vinchester is playing a really solid, extremely solid game 1 here. "17 scrims on the field. The cav archers are missing ballistics, they're missing bloodlines, and they're missing all kinds of armor. Now we see the 4th town center for Hearttt, so he's going to go for it, but is it too little too late, or does Hearttt still have a chance to defend himself? Remember, he does have the better late game with the Magyar cav archer, but it takes time to get there. 3 Mangonels on the field. Hearttt dodges the attack ground from Vinchester. The Custodia are coming in. The attack ground is great for Hearttt. He's going to lose a Mangonel in exchange. Tries to right-click. The skirmishers doesn't quite find the mark. Throws another one out there. Doesn't quite find the mark again. And overall, I would say, despite the Custodia going down, I think that's advantage Vinch in that engagement. Better value for Vinch, right? The siege is getting cleared up. The Mangonels being pushed away. And the cav archers are losing some of their mass. But Hearttt somehow clicks up the imp first. Vinch has a lot more economy in play. We'll go Imperial Age and pick up guilds right away, which is kind of interesting. And it's going to be 3 relics for Vinchester, 0 for Hearttt. I think that's a problem. And look at Vinchester. He's patrolling the relics with just rogue units, by the way. Getting a bit worried for Hearttt right now. Getting a bit worried for Hearttt. Vinch is moving forward. He's got a castle in the center. And again, if you consider just like Elite Skirm plus a Custodia transition, isn't that really good? That sounds amazing. I'm getting a little nervous for Hearttt. I don't think he's going to have time to get to... The Magyar composition is something like heavy CA full upgrades with the unique tech. And then he also needs to somehow get to Hussars as well. 1 rogue archer from Vinchester, looking for some damage. Bloodline's now coming in for Hearttt. He's just defending himself for the time being, but again, leaks another cav archer, this time to the castle. Crop rotation coming in. Burgundian vineyards coming in. 2-man saw coming in. And Vinchester picks up the shaft. So all the economy upgrades in the game coming in for Vinchester right now as the Burgundians. He also gets a discount on every single one of them. The shaft comes in on both sides, so that's not going to be a factor. Ballistics, husbandry. Hearttt, you gotta stop leaking these units. Hearttt? Alright, 17 cav archers on the field. He's looking for some value. He gets imp first. He's probably smiling for like 2 seconds, and then Vinch hits imp, and now the smile has faded from Heartt's face. As he realizes Vinchester is Imperial Age as well. Probably has a much better economy. But the Cavalry's are getting some value. Hold on. Hold on. Heartt's kiting the Custodia like a champion. And he's going to go ahead and thin out all of those units. We'll snipe some villagers on the gold. Vinchester can't get too cozy. Heartt's going to run around and raid you. And he will snipe some of your villagers. But Heartt, you can't lose your Cavalry in the meantime. Dodges the Magno shot. Brilliant stuff from Heartt. Huge raid from Heartt. It's going to give him a small chance to win this game. I feel like that keeps him kind of closer to Vinchester in terms of economy now. Castle on the front, but Vinch has the hill with this castle. Once this castle gets made, it's going to be difficult for Heartt to maintain this castle. And if it comes down to a Treb war, I think Burgundians will be favored due to having bombard cannons. It's looking rough for Heartt right now, but hold on. Recurve bow coming in. Parthian Tactics Thumb Ring. These are fully upgraded Magyar Cav Archers, and I will take your attention to something that you guys have probably all missed. Vinchester, with the Burgundians, does not get access to the last skirm armor. And that's huge. No last skirm armor means that the Cav Archers will be thinning out even the skirmishers in late game. They will slice and dice through that skirmisher armor due to the, the ring archer armor not being present. Power shot dive and snipe a treb, not quite gonna work. Chemistry now coming in, but Heartt still needs some time. He needs time, he needs Hussar. He's picked up only one relic. It's one relic to 5. Vinch is in a much better position in terms of, the setup for late game. And this is it. This is what Magyars have been playing towards. Does Heartt have time to set it up, though? My feeling is that he won't be given the time. Castle's already being targeted. Elite Custodia on the field now. That conversion is really good, though, from Heartt. Once chemistry comes in, these guys are going to be even stronger. I don't know, man. The Custodia are kind of dying quick. I don't know. Vinch has a lot of units on the field, though. He can afford to lose a few for the momentum. Heartt's trying to repair the castle. That's futile. That's completely futile. Custodia running in. Heartt recastles, but does he have the time? He's trying to go for light cav. Make that transition happen. The Cav Archers are still missing upgrades, believe it or not. Heavy CA is missing. Armor is missing. And Vinch is just not giving him the time, guys. Vinch continues to push through. Brilliant play from Vinch. He's diving in with the Custodia. The Treb's on the Town Center. More Custodia coming in. He's got the Skirmishers trading against the Cav Archers. Thinning them out. And we see the GG in the chat. Vinchester takes game 1. Really, really nice game. Let's get a GG in the chat, guys. Vinchester will throw him back to blue. Put Heartt in red again. Welcome in, guys, to game number 2. This is going to be Rampart. This is Heartt's home map. He's going to go with the Mongols. He's up against the Tatars. And Tatars are quite solid on Rampart. It's going to be a tower from Heartt right off the bat. And he goes for a stable. Tower into stable will bring in both boars. And this is the Mongol advantage. The Mongol advantage is that they take the hunt a lot quicker. So these boars, and they've both come into Heartt's base. They're going to be in a really good spot to just propel Heartt to the castle age. Vinchester will make a couple archers now. This tower should protect Heartt's woodline a little, but it's really meant to protect his gold, which is good. Harry, your content has been so damn good. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. I've been putting in more effort on the YouTube videos lately. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but we've done a little bit more editing. I started including some intros where I give some context as well to the videos. It's been well received so far, and I'm pretty happy about that. Now, I did mention, and it's worth talking about it right now, that the Mongols are one of the worst Empire War civs. However, on this map here, there's a lot of hunt. So, the Mongols are still really good here. Oh, Heartt, this is bad. He fixes it pretty fast. It's not the end of the world. Just a little bit of inefficiency. Heartt's up to Castle Age? Are you kidding me? A 2-minute Castle Age from Heartt? He's going for a fast castle Step Lancer play with the Mongols. And he's going to be going for basically an all-in. This is something that Huang was doing on the ladder. We're seeing it in the tiebreaker show match. And Vinch is just desperate to defend or to pressure rather, against this fast castle. Does Vinchester knows what's happening? Does he know? I don't think he knows. He's pressuring a little bit. He's going to be up the castle. He's pretty fast as well. Probably wants to go for some cav archers himself. It's going to be step lancers for Heartt now. It's going to be 2 stable step lancer, but Vinchester seems like he's ready and well prepared for this because he's going to be going to tars, few archers into cav archers, and I really think that that could work. I really believe that can work. Heartt kind of take some of that chicken. It's going to be step lancer opening with a forward build, no doubt for a siege workshop. You have to do that, and you have to target the gold. So Heartt is going to be completely all in. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts cutting villager production in favor of some upgrades. In fact, he will cut some vill production, but he's cutting all vill production. Vinch will add a stable now. Vinch has seen the fast castle. He's kind of expected this though. It's 2 stable step lancers. It's going to be plus 2 armor as well. And Heartt is going to go forward. He's going to go aggressive with the siege workshop now as well. Excuse me. 40 seconds till Vinchester's castle. He has to defend. He can still make a tower on the gold in theory. This is what Vinchester sees. He sees the step lancers coming in. We see forging now coming through as well. Bit late on the forging, I gotta say, but still better late than never. The step lancers will start harassing some of these villagers. Remember, they are Mongol step lancers. They get extra HP. And this is kind of a cheesy push from Heartt, but he's not making villagers. Heartt is not making villagers. Look at this. He's stuck at 32 vills. He's going completely all in. It's step lancers and mangonels. It's step lancers and mangonels for Heartt. And Vinchester's trying to defend with crossbow opening first. Heartt's going to go straight through the town center. Who is this Heartt? He doesn't have any respect for Vinchester's defense. He's going to snipe a villager on the gold. Meanwhile, he's targeting the wood up top. Oh my goodness, what a good strategy from Heartt. You don't take him as a strategist. He just killed 3 vills. What in the world are we seeing? This is a Huang-style rush in a freaking tiebreaker qualifier with 2 of the best players in the world. Heartt's bringing in the mangonel. And what is Vinchester going to do against the mangonel? What is he going to do against the mangonel? Oh my goodness, Vinchester! He doesn't know. He sees it now. He loses 1 vill. He's off gold. What can Vinch do? He's off gold. Heartt is circling around him. He's talking some trash probably. The step lancers are whispering to the villagers. Plus 2 armor coming in, but Vinchester, his micro is dangerous. He's going to snipe the mangonel, but he's going to lose all of his crossbows. Oh my goodness, ballistics is in. Vinchester calls the GG. Oh my goodness. Some motion in the chat. Heartt has just won a game in a tiebreaker in 8 minutes. That was a crazy strategy. I want all the respect for Heartt. That was absolutely beautiful. He cut his villager production. That's how you all in. Oh my goodness. That's a Huang rush done by a professional player. That's what we've just seen right now. And Heartt has clearly practiced this because he had the timings perfect. And Vinchester, after we just saw a clinical game 1, has just been completely bamboozled in game 2. Super aggressive. Now that is a response from Heartt. So again, guys, welcome in. We'll throw Vinchester in the blue just to keep it consistent. This map is Thames. This map was the most played map in the qualifier, by the way. At least amongst professional players. And I think this was Vinchester's best map in the qualifier. Vinchester had something like a 90% win rate on this map in the qualifier, by the way. Yes, you heard that correctly. 90% win rates against other top players. So impressive. I think it was like 85% plus in the end. But I've never seen him play the Jurchens here. So for me, there's a big question mark on what the Jurchens are going to do. I think he's going to open with 1 range. And I think he's going to switch to a stable afterwards. And I believe the main idea is to try to control the game from the start. I think it's about the early game pressure of having the scouts and lancers attack 25% faster. I think that's a big bonus. Heartt? Heartt? Why did we send the 2 sheep here? Oh no, he's taking them. Heartt is taking the sheep from the top side. He looped with the scout. That's kind of interesting. He's gonna find 4 sheep. That's really cool, actually. I'm gonna learn that from Heartt. That's good. And Heartt's just gonna be walling up. He's gonna pick up horse collar as well. He's starting up with some archer production. Does he spot Vinch's range? He does spot Vinch's range. Vinch will open with 2 archers and send them across the map. And Hearttt will just go ahead and defend now with some walls and archers of his own. Remember, Italian archers, they get +1/+1 armor for free. Hearttt takes a hit there from the spear. That's not the best. But if it comes down to archers versus archers, it's going to be advantage for the Italians. And this wall is going to really save Hearttt a massive headache. But wait, what the hell? They've changed the map. They've changed the map since the qualifier. They added more shallows. I don't think Hearttt knows this. Oh my goodness, they've changed the map. How is this possible? They changed the map yesterday. How is that? That's not fair. Hearttt does not know. They added more shallows. Hearttt does not know. How can they change the map and not make an announcement? What? That changes everything. Are the admins... How is this? This is so unprofessional. They've changed the map. Hearttt clearly does not know. He thinks he's walled. He now thinks Vinchester's transported. And now Vinch is just running in. They changed it yesterday and they didn't make an announcement. I mean, how is that even fair? That's unbelievable. They've changed the map. By the way, I do like the change. It must be noted. Great change. Admins, fantastic. Love it. Love it. But it would be better to announce these things so the players know what they're dealing with. The change is really good. It's going to promote aggression. But yeah, Hearttt just has no idea what just happened. And he's going to be so mad as soon as he sees those shallows. He's going to think the map is bugged. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a pause, honestly. We now see he's going to spot the shallows. He's just going to wall it. I think he knows what happened. He's like, the admin snuck behind my back and has edited and changed the map. Maybe that's why Vinch went Jurchens? Vinchester will now be on 2 ranges instead of the stable. Oh, that's crazy. He should have scouted. He already saw the extra shallows. Maybe, man, but that's really hard. It's really hard to pin that on Hearttt, honestly. The admins, whoever changed the map, they should have made an announcement because that's a big change to make. The admins did make a post. Oh, they did make a post. If the admins made a post, then it's on the players. Vinch knew. Is there some drama? We've had tons of drama so far, by the way, in the last few moments of this qualifier. Say sorry? I'm not gonna... you think I'm gonna apologize on the internet? Are you kidding me? I'll double down. Yeah, the admin's a nerd as well. I'll say it. I know him. Crazini, you're a nerd. And so am I. So it's not even that much of an insult. I'm not gonna say sorry. This is the internet, guys. You never say sorry. And Hearttt is certainly not gonna apologize as he cleans up all of Vinchester's archers. Is Hearttt gonna say sorry? I don't think so. He's gonna move across the map and look to pressure Vinchester now. So I will say this has been good play from both players so far. Vinch kills 1 extra Vil, you know, but it's not the end of the world. Both are up to castage at the same time. And now Vinch will be on 2 ranges playing a bunch of skirmishers. Okay, I mean, skirmishers, they counter archers. You know, those are the basics of the game. What can Hearttt do now to counter the skirmishers? Maybe a siege workshop. It's 2 ranged skirmishers, so they're quite strong here for the Jurchens. We could see a siege workshop, maybe a town center. It's going to be a siege shop right away for Hearttt. That's correct. And I would also like a town center at some point. Maybe back here. Maybe somewhere else. Yeah, town center back here. Good. So I've called this quite nicely for Hearttt. Which I am proud of as a caster here. And I like the setup. It's 2 range archers, which are really good against everything except skirmishers. And then you're going to have the siege to counter the skirms. Meanwhile, Vinchester will go for a town center in the front on the stone. Now, it is worth mentioning, if we're going to talk about stone... Hold on. Heartt's going to move out. He's going to take the fight to the skirmishers. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is a more aggressive Hearttt than I've ever seen. He's looking to fight. This is kind of typical Hearttt playstyle though, but... Yeah, he kind of got out-microed there from Vinch though. Vinch is doing a little bit better of a job in these engagements, but it is worth mentioning, if we're seeing stone come in, the Iron Pagoda for the Jurchens, it's a very strong unique unit. It's a cavalry-based unique unit. It's not based on cavalry. It is a cavalry, excuse me. So it's a cavalry unique unit, and it ignores melee armor, or melee damage. So as soon as you hit it with a melee unit, it kind of has like a shield, and it dodges the first melee hit. It's a very good unit, is what I'm trying to say. Could be a nice transition for Vinchester down the line. And now we have a mangonel coming through. So it's mangonels and crossbows. Italians are not usually scared of cavalry, though, because they have access to the Genoese crossbow, which melts all things cavalry. They're a unique unit, of course. And man, I can't believe they've changed the map like this. This is fantastic. I love this. This is way better. It's way better. Have they done anything with the bottom? I don't think they've changed the bottom at all. The bottom looks the same. Fair enough. Alright, Heartt's gonna just continue to defend. Now, I'm interested to see if Heartt plays towards extra town centers, like a third town center. Or does he play towards a fast imp and just stays on 2 TCs? Playing to the fast imp here, I think, would be a little bit better, actually. Because I think it suits the Italians versus Jurchen's game style a little bit more. Ballistics now coming in for Vin. She could snipe that villager. Oh, Heartt dodges. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Heartt dodges with the villager and smacks the skirms with the mangonel. That was absolutely crazy. Kept the villager alive as well. Crazy good micro from Heartt there, and it was looking good for Vinch. Vinch started out pretty good. Again, it's not the end of the world, guys. It's 5 skirms. He's got more already. Heartt has to be careful now. Heartt has to be careful now. He gets in a little too close, and Vinch is going to punish this. Great play from Vinch now to retaliate. Oh, smooth micro from Heartt, though. Heartt's got the moves. He's going to lose 2 army, but nothing crazy. 2 crossbows go down. It's not the end of the world. And now we see the 3rd town center for Heartt. Okay, so it's a similar game in terms of economy on both sides. But in terms of military, I feel like Vinchester is a little bit further ahead. Because I feel like the skirms beating the crossbows is a big part of this. Mangonel's now on the field looking for some good damage. Heartt's going to miss both shots. Vinch could potentially micro this. He's playing with fire, and he's playing against Heartt now. And he's pressuring the crossbows. This is looking really good for Vinchester. It's just assuming he can keep this micro facade up. So far, it's not a facade, though. So far, he's the real deal, guys. He's microing versus 3 mangonels. Oh my goodness, this is not easy to do. And I'm waiting for, like, the fail to happen. And I guess some shots here could be good for Heartt, but overall, I think Vinchester's kind of happy with that one. That's a good play from him. Stable gets rushed down from Heartt. I feel like Heartt's panicking just because of how he builds his buildings. Like, he rushes down a stable with 4 villagers. It tells you a lot about their psyche when they just start spamming down buildings like that. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Alright, please don't zoom. Leave the screen as you're playing. Zooming makes my eyes hurt. You're lucky I'm a nice guy, because I would just zoom in so close. But I'm a nice guy, so I'm not going to do it. I'm going to preserve your eye health. Rocket cart's coming through. And it's going to be a lot about, like... It's a lot now about mangonel micro, but it's also about keeping your crossbow safe so that no step lancers can come out. A knight's coming out, actually. That's going to be really good against the skirmishers. It's going to make it harder for Vinch to dance that he's been dancing so far. Rocket cart, the shot comes through. Not going to find much. My eyes can't see any units. Please zoom to the maximum. Guys, have mercy on your fellow chatter. He's an old man, he can't see. We're gonna play zoomed out. We're gonna cast zoomed out. Knight will go down, almost chop down that rocket cart though. Vinchester will lose a rocket cart for free. Heartt's looking really good actually. Heartt's looking real good right now. University at the back. Start slamming down some farms as well. But Vinchester's up to imp. Vinch is up to imp a little faster. What is he planning to do in this fast imp though? I don't see Jurchen's being that kind of a fast imp civ. Like, yeah, he's gonna get bracer. He's gonna be able to get, the last armor on skirms, which is good. But I don't see him doing much else in early imp with the Jurchens. I guess you do get bombard cannons as well, which could be nice. Heartt's gonna be up to imp shortly after. Now, the Italians, on the contrary, are a lot better in early imp because you get cheap chemistry right away. You get arbalest, bracer, which are very good for offense. And then you also get access to Condo's Hero if you need them. So the cheaper imp and the faster imp for Heartt makes a lot of sense. But for the Jurchens, I'm just not really seeing what he's going to go for, besides skirms. Now, a question from the chat, are Jurchens an archer civ? No. Oh, we see siege engineers coming in early. Oh, okay. I'm understanding what we're seeing. No, guys, Jurchens is not an archer civ. It's mostly like a cavalry / cavalry archer civilization. But they have a lot of unique options as well with the Fire Lancer, the Grenadiers. What we're going to see here, though, ladies and gentlemen, it's not going to be rocket carts. It's going to be bombard cannons. Oh, this is crazy good for Hearttt. He's going to snipe the rocket cart and the skirms. He's going to continue pressuring. But what we're going to see bombard cannons with siege engineers and skirmishers to push everything back. That's the opening here for Vinchester. But so far, it's all Hearttt. Heartt's been playing amazing. Heartt's going to go with a few villagers and looking for a forward castle or a middle-of-the-map castle to control the golden stone. Heartt's going to use his knights to push back the skirms. Hearttt is all over Vinchester right now. Seriously. He's all over him. But Vinch is not dead. Like, Vinch hasn't taken game-ending damage. Not even close. It's still completely even. It's just that I think Hearttt now has the map control and is taking some slightly better trades, which puts him in a slightly better position. Now we have the siege engineers on the rocket carts. So rocket carts should win the micro fight. And so far, not a single response to the knights on the field. But Hearttt cannot commit to knights heavily. So the skirmishers with Bracer and Chemistry should be able to beat the knights pretty easily. The rocket cart now has siege engineer, which is incredibly frustrating for Hearttt to deal with. He's going to try to micro it. He's got Bracer coming in now. I think you got to just take your time. And from here, I don't know what Jurchens go for. It's going to be just skirms and bombard cannons. That's all he can really do. Now, obviously, the Jurchens have a lot of options like Hussar. They got Elite Step Lancer. They got Fire Lancer. But none of it feels viable right now. Vinch needs some time. So it's going to be just skirms and bombard cannons. Heartt's going to engage onto the rocket carts. Should be able to snipe it, but loses a fair few amount of crossbows in return. That was quite good for Vinch. It's bombard cannons right away. Yes, it's going to be bombard cannons right away. So skirm bombard cannon. Now, in theory, skirm bombard cannon should beat ARP plus bombard cannon, right? So in theory, I really prefer Vinchester's position right now. Heartt's outpost is being knocked down. He built those because he wanted some vision. But Vinch is now denying that vision. Archers will go in. Vinchester will try to contest the middle. Oh my goodness. Hearttt is going for the one unit I thought we wouldn't see. He's going for the Condottiero. The Condottiero transition, which is a unique infantry available only to Italians and their teammates. And that is a crazy good transition. Does Vinchester spot it? Vinch is completely oblivious. We're going to play a game called Laugh at Vinchester for not expecting this transition. He just doesn't know, but we all know. It's like an inside joke that he's not a part of. But he's not a part of it because he's just such a menace on the map with all these skirms and cannons. And he's doing a great job pushing everything back. Hearttt kind of dying slowly on the map, though. He's not really, like, losing the mangonels quickly. He's buying a lot of time. He's going to use this cannon not to snipe a rocket cart. And I think this condo transition could be so freaking good right here. Now, Vinchester has options into the Condottiero. He has heavy cav archers that could come through right away. He has step lancers that could be really good against them. Hearttt shows the Condottieros right away. They have an attack bonus against gunpowder. He's going to snipe the cannon nice and early. But I think Hearttt went in too early. I think he went in too early. Let's see, though. He's going to snipe the second cannon. It's a bit too early for my taste, guys. It's premature. It's premature. He could have gotten a much better cleanup. 2 of the cannons will survive. It's not bad. It's not bad. And this is really good, though. Heartt's on top with some crossbows. He's going to find a lot of kills. Vinchester, young and naive, expanding to the top without any kind of defense. No Townsend or nothing. The Condottieros are looking really good. And the Italians, we kind of questioned the pick a little bit earlier. It's not one pick that really comes to mind. for Empire Wars, but they're actually really solid. Used to perfection here by Hearttt. Now Hearttt has the middle. In theory, he can just spam infinite gold units. He's going to go for a skirm transition, though. Which is interesting. Like, you've got all the gold, and now you're going to go for, like, elite skirm. It's like if you win the lottery, and you start, like, splitting bills with your friends and, like, meal planning to save money. It's good to do that. Like, skirms are good here, but I feel like if we can just splurge, come on, bring out the Ferraris, bring out the yachts. Can we see some Arbalests? You know, we have the gold. I don't feel like we need the skirms right now. But I mean, fair enough. You know, he's gonna tech the skirms. I feel like, okay, Condottiero is gonna counter the skirms from Vinchester. And now we're going to go skirms to counter the CA that Vinch has in the back. So in theory, we have a better combat for Hearttt right now. Vinchester would do a good job of just jumping in on all this pressure. But the Condottieros are really annoying for the skirms to deal with. Because you have that 5 pierce armor, which is not that much, but it's decent. They'll take 2 damage a shot from skirmishers. Some Condottiero raids going in. Now, these guys are not the strongest unit in the game, guys. The strength of the Condottiero is that you don't need to get any upgrades for it. It's just like Hussar, you have to upgrade Light Cav, you know, then Hussar, and by the time you get to Hussar, your opponent is way further ahead. But the Condottieros just come out right away, and you know they're ready to kick some ass from day one. Vinchester will use a cannon to snipe a Treb from Hearttt. Some raids are doing some work, but nothing crazy, nothing major. And Heartt's looking to pressure up top now. He's got 2 castles strong holding the bottom. We could see a castle up here for Hearttt to start raiding the top now as well. It's skirm versus skirm. Vinchester mogs him, though. It just absolutely takes him out. Is Hearttt AFK? This is the second time today that Heartt's been called AFK. I'm starting to be seriously concerned. I feel like somebody should check if he is indeed away from his keyboard or not. He's just making a few mistakes, guys. I think you can understand there's a lot of things going on right now. Condottiero's raiding the top. And they're doing big things like Vinch is sent running for the hills. Does Hearttt see the villagers? He's gonna see them soon. I think in theory he can see them. I think that castle should go up though, to be fair. Condottiero hitting the gate down here. It's probably not gonna do a whole lot. Up here you might get a few kills, but again, nothing crazy. It's really just down here that Vinchester has to push. Now, Vinch has to make this push work, by the way. Because if not, and if this push does fail, Vinch will run out of gold really quickly. He's almost completely out of gold in his main base. If you take a look, he's got a little bit left here, and a little bit left back there, and then maybe he's got the 5 relics up top. That's what Vinch is working with. Meanwhile, Hearttt is working with all of this gold and stone in the center. Condottieros continue to be massed. Now, Elite Skirm fully transitioned, fully teched into. 4 cannons now for Vinch. He's got a lot of CA. Bloodlines now coming in as well. I feel like Hearttt just needs a little bit more time, though. He's a bit uncomfortable. His castle continues to get targeted. He's getting architecture now for extra building armor. I think you send the condos directly towards the cannons. And then you back up if the fight's not good. So I think here Hearttt should just back up. He's going to commit instead. Let's see what he gets. He's going to snipe 1 cannon. He's going to snipe a second. They have an attack bonus against gunpowder. And oh my goodness, I was so wrong. He shouldn't go back because he sniped 5 bombard cannons. The value of that is crazy. The value of that is crazy. Few condos to snipe 5 cannons. And the Jurchens here. If we run out of gold, what are we really playing with? We're playing with Hussar. He's teching into that. Vinch is now down 40 villagers. Hearttt is out-macroing him on top. The raids have been crazy. And Vinch calls the GG. He doesn't even want to play it on GG in the chat, guys. Hearttt goes up 2-1. And despite Vinchester punching first in the series, Hearttt replies with a quick 1-2. And, man, that is brilliant, brilliant play from Hearttt, honestly. I think that Vinchester played a good game and a good strategy, but he just forgot one thing, the Condottiero. Moving on in. Someone says, I'm loving the amount of people watching AoE2. It's amazing, guys. The game is growing. It's in a really good spot, and put Vinchester in blue like he has been. And Hearttt and Red, guys, welcome into potentially match point. Well, it is match point, actually. Between Hearttt and Vinch. The map is Karsts. And this one is also similar to Arabia. Now, the other Arabian map, which is Crownwood, we saw Vinchester win with, like, near perfect play. But Vinch did have his better, his better civ. His best civ, in fact. This time, Hearttt has his best civ, rocking the Koreans. But Vietnamese are widely considered to be a counter to Koreans, by the way. Like, widely. So I'm not sure if Vinchester has something planned or if he's just going off what people say. Couple archers right off the bat for Hearttt. He doesn't want to go into the skirms. He wants to start with a couple archers instead. Fair enough. And so, like, let's unpack that statement. So why would Vietnamese counter Koreans? So again, this is kind of just what people have, agreed upon. I've never seen this matchup in Empire where it's played, so I can't tell you for sure. But in theory, Vietnamese have really good skirmishers in the form of Imperial skirmishers that's going to neutralize all of the Korean threats like Hen Cannoneer. It's going to neutralize the war wagons. It's going to neutralize Korean skirmishers and Korean arbalest. And then on top of that, the Vietnamese also have access to really strong fire lancers that get extra HP, which could rival the fire lancers from Koreans that are made cheaper. And on top of that, the Imperial skirmishers do 1 extra damage to the fire lancers that Koreans will spam. So in theory, if you can get to Imp Skirm plus Fire Lancer, the Vietnamese could beat the Korean composition, which would look very similar. Skirms and Lancers probably as well. Vinch might lose a Vil. Vinch will lose a Vil. Vinch is down 1 Vil. And Vinch is still open. Vinch is still open. The archers are coming in. Vinch does not know about these archers. He now sees them. The spear is not going to help against those guys. Hearttt pulls the scout back. And Vinch is completely AFK with the scouts. Vinch has to react. Well, better AFK than dead. Hearttt will lose the scout there and snipe a spear in exchange. I think Hearttt should try to pressure and try to kill a village still. Like, you should still try to make something happen. Hearttt is going to force a skirmisher as a response now. Oh, it's clean. It's really clean from Hearttt. Oh my goodness. He's completely destroying Vinch in this early game. I mean, this is ridiculous. It's not even like... This is completely one-sided for Hearttt. Vinch has invested more units into this, and he's losing the fights. And he's lost a villager. I mean, what are we seeing? Vinch, you're choking. Vinch is dying to the most basic aggression ever. Vinch is now making skirmishers. He's getting harassed on the berries as well. Hearttt might snipe another Vil. He's fighting really well up top. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Vinch could lose this villager. He's panicking so hard. He's a chill guy, but he's got his limits. Lucha would have resigned now. Yeah, probably. That's a good point. Lucha would probably just be into the next game at this point. Quite a lot of damage has been done. Vinch also has some idle TC behind this. Again, it's looking really good for Hearttt. But it's not over yet. It's not over yet. No, good pressure from Hearttt. But the game still continues. Castle Age for both players, neck and neck. And honestly, it's completely playable. I don't think Vinch has taken enough damage to really consider him significantly behind at the moment. Alright, another lumber camp for Hearttt. Hearttt has 3 lumber camps, so it's not enough. He's going to go for a 4th lumber camp. Okay. I guess he really wants wood. Fair enough. I'm not going to judge that. And looks like Hearttt will continue pressuring. Vietnamese do have wheelbarrow coming in faster, which is nice. Shaw has donated $50. Oh my goodness. Shaw donated 25 before. Now he's upped it to 50. Thank you, Shaw. Never any message. He just sending in the cash. Dude, I really appreciate that, Shaw. It's huge support. Incredibly motivating as a streamer. I really appreciate that, my friend. Thank you, thank you. Yormax, thanks to the gifted sub as well. That's my man Shaw right there. Yormax, thank you, buddy. Castle Age for both players. Both are going for Skirmisher. Now, some of the most exciting games, and I'm sure everybody will agree with this, is Skirmishers versus Skirmishers. There's something about units that can barely kill each other, hitting each other on repeat, that is incredibly satisfying. And it's just so strategically diverse. Like, how many skirmishers are they going to make? You know, are they going to make rocket carts in addition to the skirmishers? Like, there's a lot of questions that you ask. So everybody loves skirmishers versus skirmishers. I'm sure people agree there. And the only thing that will break this is going to be the Fire Lancer edition that could come through from both players. We see it now, a second barracks from Hearttt. He's going to add 2 extra town centers right away. And it looks like he's going to start making some Fire Lancers. I don't see them on the field just yet, though. I see just skirmishers for now. Interestingly enough, though, neither player will upgrade Elite Skirm. I don't know why that's the case. So, like, from Vinch's perspective, he's probably not considering skirms long-term, because he probably expects Hearttt to be on Fire Lancer, and so he doesn't want Elite Skirm right now. And then Hearttt is on Fire Lancer, so he can't afford Elite Skirm. At least it wouldn't be wise to go for both. So I think that makes sense. Both players wanting to make that transition. They don't want to stick onto the skirmishers for too long. Siege Tower is banned, by the way, still. So you can't go for Siege Towers. You can only go for your other siege options, like rocket carts for Koreans, which we expected to see. You know, it's not a big surprise. That Fire Lancer is going crazy, by the way. That Fire Lancer is just 1v3ing over there. Now we have Gambesons coming in. So Hearttt now with fully upgraded, at least in terms of armor, Fire Lancers on the field. And he's going to be pushing and poking onto Vinchester's army. And he's also going to be following this up with rocket carts and a monastery. So also with some monks and potentially just picking up relics and healing up units. Hearttt will not go in. Hearttt will go in. sorry. Hearttt will go in. My bad. Oh my goodness. He had an AK-47 concealed. Hearttt was concealed carrying. He just pops that Fire Lancer. My goodness. And that gate is an obvious target now. Heartt's just going to send all of his units onto that one gate and just pile on the pressure. I honestly fear for Vinchester. He's picking up stone shaft mining. Picking up the stone shaft. Fire Lancer on the field, though. Vinch is looking for some siege. It's 3 TC for both players. So both players have a pretty good economy. Now, handcart coming in for Hearttt. Hearttt really forced to earn this spot into Redbull. There was some last-minute drama. I made a video on YouTube if you guys haven't seen it. It was a last-minute drama between Hearttt and Vinchester. Nacho got involved. MBL somehow involved as well. And now Hearttt, instead of having a clean way to, through the ranked ladder, has to go through Vinch in this tiebreaker round. It's doing very well so far, but I mean, you can feel the emotions that both players are really playing with right now. There's a lot on the table. Anonymous, thank you for the 5 gifted. Really appreciate it, my friend. What's up, Anonymous? Rocket carts and lancers coming through. Can I summarize the drama? I summarized it in the YouTube video, but basically, Vinchester tied Hearttt on the ranked ladder by playing MBL and Nacho in the last moments of the qualifier. And so they became tied, and they're playing for 4th spot right now because of that tie. And it came in really last second. Like, it was crazy. It was a photo finish. Really, really nice drama, though. A lot of excitement in that one. Nice trade for Hearttt. 1 for 0 on the Mangonels. Now we have a defensive castle for Vinch, and he's up to Imp. Okay, fair enough. Just defensive castle into Imp. Okay. How is the drama without Hera being involved? Oh, I was involved. Don't worry. I was involved, and I was calling all parties. I had Lewis's take. I brought on MBL. I was talking some trash. I was kind of just trying to understand what was going on. We were definitely involved. You have to be, you have to be. That's the life of a content creator, guys. If there's drama, you gotta be there. You gotta be playing both sides, Hearttt is diving in deep, looking for some value. Vinch will now make a second defensive castle, but I worry like Vinchester will have no resources to make any army in Imp. So he's gone up to Imp. He's made all these defensive castles. He wants to play Rattan Archers, which don't even seem that great to me, to be honest. Hearttt will dive and get so much value with the Fire Lancers. Vinch is going up to Imp too early. He's going up to Imp too early. He has nothing on the field. Why is he playing so greedy? This is absolutely insane. He now has 15 villagers idle. He has 2 Rattan Archers on the field. Vinchester! He's completely thrown the game by going for Imp. He's completely thrown it. And now Hearttt has full map control. He's picking up some relics. Oh, Vinch is forced to make a defensive castle further back than his other defensive castle. If this trend continues, Vinch will be making a castle here next. It's not looking good for him, guys. Rattan Archers come in on the field. And guys, seriously, the Rattan Archers do not excite me, guys. They don't seem very good. I don't see the vision with this fast Imp. Because here's the thing. Yeah, now Hearttt can just go Elite Skirm. Elite Skirm Fire Lancer seems to be the best composition. And I was excited about Vietnamese getting there. And I want to see Vietnamese, you know, Imp Skirm. You had the stronger and tankier Fire Lancers versus the very cheap spam of the Koreans. I was very excited for that. I'm not excited to see Rattan Archers come out and get smacked by the cheap skirmishers that Hearttt is going to tech into. Hearttt is now going for a tower. And this tower looks like Hearttt has never tower rushed, but has only seen a video of somebody else watching someone else do a tower rush. You understand what I'm saying to you? Hearttt is very far removed from having tower rush experience, because this tower is hitting nobody. This tower is hitting nothing. It's like he has the idea, like he's watched a lecture about how to build a tower, and now he's trying to tower rush, which is completely different. And yeah, this tower's just not hitting, but you know, he's trying his best. Bless his heart. He's getting the tower up, guys. He needs to pop a couple pills, but it's getting up. Just give him some time, guys. Give him some time. He's gonna start creeping on the side, and that could be problematic down the line here for Vinchester. For now, though, it's all Hearttt on the front. Like, again, the Rattan Archers coming out. Okay, let me try to get excited about these for a second. 4 villages going down. Rattan Archers on the front. He's looking for some value. He already kills a few villas, so it's not even bad. Score is neck and neck, but here's the big question. What the hell does Vinch do against skirmishers? Now, Rattan Archers are pretty tanky. They have extra Pierce Armor, so they don't completely fold the skirms. They don't completely fold. But the skirms still trade cost effectively against them. The towers are now keeps immediately. Because of the Koreans' free tower upgrades. And Vinchester will defend with a castle. Bracer and Chemistry now in. And remember, Vinchester had the opportunity to ban the Koreans and take them away from Hearttt. He chose not to. He chose not to. He had a plan against them. Now we're seeing the plan in action. Is it good enough? And Hearttt may be forcing these towers a little too much. He's losing a few villagers trying to go for them. Chemistry now coming in. This castle will defend this whole bottom or whole left side. And poor guy. He's not going to get away with that one. And Vinch, this is very greedy. God, is Vinch like the Green Goblin? This guy is so greedy. First with a really fast Imperial Age, then just goes out here for like gold and stone. This is not going to fly. The feds are on your ass. The tower's coming up. It's not going to work. Unless he brings his own Rattan Archers to try to defend. Hold on. Hold on. This could be good. I mean, it's greedy, but sometimes greed is good. Like when you rob a homeless man, you know, it could be good if you get the money from him and he can't stop you. You know, it's the moral dilemma and everything, obviously, but you do get away with the money, so it could be considered good. Again, it's a tough debate, and you know, we can go back and forth for hours. We'll never really find a conclusion. But for now, it's skirms on the front. It's Chemistry, Ballistics now coming in. And Vinch has secured the left side. He has secured the left side. He's going to deny that tower. But the map control is all Hearttt. It's all Hearttt. And it's going to start piling on because the Korean units are all really cheap, by the way. They're all really cheap. So now we have trebuchets. Every single unit you see on the field that's not a siege weapon is 50% wood discounted for the Koreans. They also get free armor on their skirmishers. So like everything's just coming in free or at a discount. And now we see Elite Fire Lancer from Vinchester. Now I'm starting to understand. Okay, hold on. No, guys, I'm really getting excited about this now. Rathan Archer with Elite Fire Lancer in front. That could be really, really strong. That could be really, really strong. That would... If he can get there, full upgrades, he can beat anything the Koreans can make. Now I'm starting to see the vision that Vinchester's brought to the table. But he's so far away from that, right? His castles are getting trebbed down. He's going with a castle on this left side. Hearttt does have a rocket cart. He is bringing up another tower. Vinch, you need to play perfectly from here, man. This castle needs to go up. It's 77%. Is Hearttt going to pay attention? He's not garrisoning the tower. This castle should go up. If Hearttt was paying attention, this game could end on the spot. But the castle will go up. And Vinch defends. Guys, this game is super intense, actually. Fire Lancer, Yupsong coming in. Yupsong will give an extra 2 range to all the keeps that Heartt's making. Very good in late game. And now we're going to see Skirm plus Elite Fire Lancer from the Koreans versus Rathan Archer plus Elite Fire Lancer for the Vietnamese. And somehow, like, ACCM is smiling upon this game. I'll tell you why. ACCM is from Vietnam, and ACCM has played so much Korean in the qualifier that I'm basically seeing ACCM on both sides of this game, not just in my nightmares. So ACCM is everywhere right now. He's completely decided the entire rank ladder, and the spirit of ACCM has found its way into this tiebreaker between Vinch and Hearttt. 163 pop to 143 though, still advantage Hearttt. Moving the trebs over to the left side. And I like how persistent Hearttt is with this pressure. It's really good. It's really good. And Vinch potentially losing a little bit of patience, looking for some kind of counterplay. He doesn't want to sit back and defend all day. He wants to push out and see the world. But I mean, it's difficult. There's towers. Like, okay, why does Hearttt have a tower here? Like, what is that tower? It does nothing, but it's just there. So I mean, Vinch can't go there now because there's a tower. Relic control. Yeah, you can also just take the relic if you're gonna be there. But there's gonna be the fight in the center. Now this fight, actually, it's pretty even. It's hard to say who's gonna win. Wait, yeah, the Rathan Archers are really good. They're really, really good. I didn't think Vinch would make a game out of this. Now, can you imagine how good Vinch's position would be if he wasn't greedy in Castle Age? If he just didn't greed so hard. He's not getting crop rotation. What? So Vinch thinks he's still in a good position. I don't know. I don't think he's in that good of a position. I think he could have been, again, if he wasn't so greedy in Castle Age. But now, there's 5 trebs just running around sniping castles. It's so hard for Vinch to defend that. Castle on flat ground. It's going to try to take out these 2 towers, but Hearttt can continue towering. Heartt's up 30 population now. Fire Lancers on the field. And by the way, after this game, or after the set, if it ends this game, then it's going to be this game, if not the next. We're going to see a live draw for the last chance qualifier. It's going to be done on T90 and Mem stream, so we're going to watch that. I'm gonna react to it, if you will. Fire Lancers pushing out, so there is something to look forward to. But no Gambesons for Vietnamese. These guys are kind of weak against skirms, if you think about it. He will snipe the cannons, though. Yeah, barely, though, but he does get them. That's a big Fire Lancer charge for just a couple cannons. 5 trebs now making their way forward. The wagon, seemingly the leader of this whole group. It's at least the biggest unit, so it must be either eating a lot or maybe it is the captain after all. Oh, actually, Hearttt could not care less about the wagon, so actually, no, it just didn't do a whole lot. Probably was not the leader. Maybe the monk is the leader. The monk is my new leader. He's got a lot of wisdom. He's of old age. And he's kind of on the front lines, so he's doing well for the community. Oh my goodness. That's me running after a cheeseburger. Finds it. Finds it. Good stuff, Vinchester. That's my guy right there. He's going to defend. And Vinch will probably use a trebuchet to snipe some of those towers. I think that could be pretty good. Siege Engine's coming in. How is Vinch holding this game? Like, this is ridiculous. He's expanded to the bottom to try to snag some golden stone. Elite Skirmisher coming in. And remember, he does get Imp Skirm, Imperial Skirmisher, as the Vietnamese. All 5 treb shots miss. Firelance is pushing this back. Is Hearttt gonna throw this position? I can't believe what I'm watching right now. Like, the score is getting closer and closer. I feel like Vinch is somehow holding. The Vietnamese Firelancers are 102 HP. My goodness, they're so strong. 85 on a regular one. It's 1-1 in terms of relics. Vinch is somehow... I really think Hearttt is, like, overly forcing these towers, honestly. I think he doesn't need to go for so many towers. They haven't really been doing a whole lot. And I think he's better off just focusing on the fight on the front. And just winning head-on by trading. Imp Skirm now coming in. It's Firelancer v Firelancer. A few Rattan Archers, but overall, the idea has been abandoned in terms of the unique unit. My goodness. It's actually kind of neck and neck. Here's the thing, though. Look, I'm going to zoom out for a second. This is what Hearttt sees. This is Heartt's map control. He has got like 75% of the map. So why does this matter? Over time, Vinch will run out of space. He'll run out of wood lines. Look at this. It's not looking, you know, nice. It's very, very inefficient. So over time, Hearttt will win on map control. All right, crossbows now coming in. Hearttt will consider Arbalest with the Koreans. Hearttt will continue pressuring. This could be Vinchester's last chance to hold, actually. Imp Skirm Firelancer. He got to his main composition. This is what we talked about from the very start of the game. But there's a lot more Firelancers on the field for Hearttt. He's patrol stacking forward. This could be the last fight of the game. We're seeing Firelancer versus Firelancer, our favorite stuff ever. And we're seeing Skirm behind it. Hearttt with the Koreans is knocking down the last castle on this side of the map for Vinchester. It goes down so quickly. The Firelancers continue to pressure. And Vinchester might be completely out of this game. The Vietnamese look pretty good. But the greed punished him so hard in terms of map control. And now the cheap units. GG in the chat. Hearttt takes it 3-1. I can't believe it. Really well played from Hearttt. That was incredible to see. I'm so proud of him, honestly. Really well done, man. Really well done. But I can't shake off that feeling that Vinchester had a good idea, but just overly greeted it. Like, I want to see this game again, but this time without the, you know, the overly enthusiastic about Imperial Age Vinchester. All right, that's the way I'd put it. He wanted Imp. He wanted Imp, and he didn't want to just give that respect to the Castle Age that it deserved. And yeah, congrats to Hearttt, guys. So well played to Hearttt. After all the drama's been, you know, done, the words have been said, and you know the Natras came up, and the MBLs, you know, sold to Vinchester and everything. Hearttt, in the end, the rightful number 4, and will qualify to Redbull Wololo London, which means 3 Vitality players in the main event. A big win for the new team Vitality coming into the scene. And I'm honestly really happy for Hearttt. Really well played.